Yeah.
Oh, here, we gotta turn on the chat. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Izzy's here to say hello. She was very sad because she wanted to say goodbye to everybody the other day and didn't get a chance to, so.
So she gets to say hi today. Hey.
This is a long one.
This is the what?
This is a long one because I didn't get it tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Did you get a green paw today?
I don't know.
You don't know? I'll have to check it out. Okay.
I didn't check.
Oh, see, there they go. Hello, Izzy. Okay, now head down with your daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna put that off in a second. Put away my notes.
She's gonna say that.
All right.
Bye, sweetie. Hey, we were gonna write our book later, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot. And it's been later.
It'll
It's
be
later?
later after the
Hey,
later.
give me a kiss.
Yeah, this is. Boy,
Love
we're
you.
being super professional today. Why are you so... Oh, you need to turn your lamp on up there. I was like, why are you, like, hanging out in the dark?
I don't know. It might be because...
You need that one on up there.
Oh.
All right, everybody. While she's turning on the lamps and all that business.
Finding the turn on is
Oh,
always...
goodness. I'm sorry. We're really...
I don't think that's going to make that much difference.
It kind of does.
Kind of does?
Let me turn on mine over here. I turned
Well,
it
this
off.
one's...
Yeah, that one kind of does its thing there.
Okay.
We'll turn that one on up there. That's better, sort of. I don't know. Okay. Please do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. This way we know that you're here. Otherwise, I don't know that you're here and you're just the number. If you haven't given those thumbsy upsies, please do. This is the time to do it because we just got started. Let everybody else know. I should come on over. Maybe that'll help. It's bothering me. I don't know why. But
What? What is bothering?
just the lighting. It's weird today.
Oh, well, you are getting...
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Not that anything's necessarily different. Just maybe the outside light. Who knows? Alrighty, guys. So I'm going to say hello to y'all in the... Oh, turn your thing over to live chat. Remember your chat to live chat so that way you can see everything up to date. And then let's go over to participants. And we have Anne and Art Curious. That is Miriam. We have Heather, Belinda, Candy, Carrie, Darcy, Dana, Deb, Diane, Gretchen, Joni, Judy, Julie, Huta, Kathy, Linda, Mary Ann, Pekka, Sonia, Sherry, Silver Granny, that's Lynn, Stitching Arc, that is Paula, Susan Dufresne, Tina, and then somebody else popped in there. I think that might have been either Kimberly or Linda. Perhaps. Maybe Julie Parker. Hello, Julie Parker. And Gretchen. Alright, I think I got everybody. It wasn't on purpose if I didn't. Why is chat being super weird today? It's a little slow. Like kind of doing weird load time stuff. I'm going to mess with the lighting over here. Announcements. We're coming up on the end of October. Can you believe it? It just seems like, you know, this month just started. And now it's ending. So the Makers Creative Collab will be happening this Saturday. For those of you that are my YouTubers here hanging out. Hello, Lynn and Martha and Sandy. Some other people popping in. And Lisa. So glad you guys are here. But for you YouTubers, Darcy, please get your links to me by tomorrow. I'm trying to get this one done early. Get it all set up. Why are you in the dark? It is just making me cool. I wonder if it's your shirt.
We always complain about this shirt.
I do. I'm trying to figure this out. There, that might be a little better. I don't know. Alright. Somewhat better. Okay, so that is the information about that. The October giveaway. Those of you that have been entering, thank you. There's still time. You still have until, like, you know, Saturday, basically. So, you know, do that. If you want to know what I'm talking about, there is Nightbot, I think, actually, Darcy prompted Nightbot to drop in the giveaway information. If you want to know more about how to do it, click that link. It'll take you over to the website. There's a blog. Tells you how, you know, all that business. And then let's see here. Tag swap. You still have until the end of the month there. Has everybody gotten their tags? I see a lot of people posting their tags, so that's very cool. Very cool. Hi, P. What are you doing?
I'm just
So weird
futzing
day.
around. Well, I don't know. Never was very good about sitting and listening.
I know, that's right. Okay, well. I'm going to go topside. What are we doing today, P?
Well, I'm refining my bells that kind of got lost in the shuffle here.
Refining or redefining?
Refinding.
With a little definition?
With a little definition, the bells. The bells, the bells, the
Are
bells.
you enjoying your new eyeball? Oh, your phone's still on. I told you to turn that off. It gets loud.
Well, I didn't have my hearing fixed, just my eyeball. Work on one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. Eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
2023 might be hearing.
Well, I'm just not going to hear because unless they get really cute ones. So I'm not going to be wearing clunky looking ugly hearing
I think
aids.
they have gotten better. And they're going to start selling them over the counter.
Over the counter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if they get some that come in like different colors.
Could be an accessory.
Yeah.
Other than just,
Maybe jeweled.
Okay. Lynn likes your bells. Those are from this little Santa set, right? No, wait. No, the bells come with the reindeer. Sorry.
I don't know what they come with. I just have them on a card.
Here, I'll put that.
But anyway, the funny thing is, I just
Finding these darn cards.
These were leaning up this way, so I thought they were just pieces of paper, and so I grabbed them and moved them out of the way so they didn't. But this is what happened, to those ones that I just did the blue on. So I came back in with the, the words are hard today.
I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. Like
The tumble of lights.
the tumble of lights.
Yes. And I had that here, Sarah.
The
Here it is.
yeah.
See, you can even tell. Look there's the color
I like that. The
used.
tumble of lights.
The light tumble. Isn't it a great?
Now that comes with the snowman. That's the Christmas set.
There you
the
go.
bells come with the reindeer. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a link to all the Christmas stuff. And
That would probably
cover all bases.
because I'm going to show you my cards, which I'm quite proud of them. I've worked on those for the last
I think streaming is hard today.
day and a half. And I'm going to get to, someone asked how you do the tissue paper. Remember I did these tissue paper ones just on ones that I pulled from the trees. I already put that up. Can't share that with you, but I've got 2 of these. And I'm going to show you different ways to glue them down. But I want to show you all my cards first. Look at this.
And look at all those cards. She's
Look
been
at all
busy.
these cards. I really had a fun time, doing this.
She took over the kitchen table.
I took over the kitchen table for a couple days.
I was a little stressed about it, but
She was, but she didn't say anything, bless her heart.
still now.
Good thing. I was producing things that were really
Well, I think I
important.
did say one thing because I was kind of like,
Yeah, when is it going to go away? I said as soon as I get finished, and you can just suck it up and bite it, and we haven't been eating there anyway. Okay, here we are. Here's our little deer calf. I don't know what
yeah, she's putting all her cards on the table.
I am. But I used some of these pieces of weird, what do you call that? Kind of
Scrapbook paper.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny, some of the ones that you chose. She
But
does
now-
it with humor. Just know that.
Look at this one.
That was beautiful.
Isn't that great? And the only thing I added to this, here, and I have to tell you about this.
the
All right, so I
side-eyeing
was
reindeer.
looking for yucky toothbrushes because I never throw a toothbrush away. You never know when you're going to need a good toothbrush. Well, this one happens to be bullets. You see the paws on it?
No, it's a dog. Yeah.
But what's really great about it is, see, it's got those little rubbery things on there. So you not only get little bitty spatters, but you get kind of chunky ones too.
And it's kind of ergonomic.
Yeah, and it works great. I mean, you can get spot on.
It's a dog brush.
Yeah, and so then you just, if you want less, you just kind of water it down a little bit so it's not, your paint's not so chunky, and then you get this nice fine mist.
I do like a toothbrush, you know, spatter. It's nice. Now, it gets a little, but when you're doing the shimmery stuff, it's not so bad.
No, and what I actually did is I mixed in white
Hi, Dan.
with this stuff, interference gold.
Hello, Lori. No worries. Oh, got quite the crew today.
Remember, these were just those little pieces that were just kind of incidental.
Oh, serious
Here's
heck,
your-
she's loving the cards.
And here, this was one of my first. You can see I got a little lumpy there.
You were a little out of practice.
Yeah. But I think that's a great looking card.
So another tip is to practice spatter a little bit before you start putting it
Yeah,
on the
but
stuff.
practice it on something that you don't give a
crappy.
rip about. I've got to show you my piece of paper I've got back here that I use. Isn't that cool looking?
That one's interesting with the sort of the orangey bells.
Well, it's kind of supposed to be gold, but
Yeah, they went orangey.
they went orangey, so I just went with it here.
Maybe they're like they're more like copper. They're copper
There
bells.
you go. They're copper bells. There you go.
They're for Fran.
I think this is especially nice. I did come in and put in another tree over here because kind of cover up the back side of the reindeer because it was going off the page and
Well,
bothering.
Lori, I'll tell you, this is not planned at all. This is purely just coincidental that
What?
Christmas cards are being made this early.
Oh yeah, it seriously is.
No planning here.
No planning. And hey, I think you spattered this one, Mariah.
I think I did.
Yeah. I spattered this one. Look at that professional snow job there. Huh.
Love a good snow job. 'Tis the season.
'Tis the season. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, I think I put in the pink tree there.
Can I shine light right in your face? Are you okay with that? How do you feel about that?
I feel like I ought to get my tap dancing shoes on.
I think it's that darn shirt.
I don't know
Anyway,
what to tell you.
I'm sorry, I'm
At this
obsessing
point,
about
you
it.
can. I guess I can. I love this card. I just really love this card.
What do you love about that card? That's a lot of red.
It is a lot, but it's not really the same red. This red here is different from this red, and this red here is different from that pink up there. And then I think this is your spatter, Mariah, because it's very goldy. And I just couldn't resist putting that.
Lime green there. It picks up the gold in the middle though.
It really does.
Like it makes
But
it
I
all-
just thought it was kind of funny.
Carrie Griffiths says he's a wild spatter. If you look at his curtains, his bookcases, sporting many a paint sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this one is upside down here, and I didn't notice it.
Lynn has already sent out her first batch of Christmas cards. What?
Wow. There you go. I think
Holy cow.
this is a nice one too. Mariah did that spatter on that one. I can tell. If it's gold on here, I think this is great. It looks like a constellation going through the reindeer.
Oh,
there.
and that's some of the fancy paper you used
Oh yeah.
there.
Hmm.
Were you authorized
And I put
to
a
use
I
that
put
paper?
a pink tree on this side. Hey, it was in the bundle.
That's kind of funny because he's like peeking out behind it. It's like, hello.
And I think this is actually, I'm not putting this,
No,
I'm
that's
not sending this one away. That one stays with me.
That's a
I
keeper.
think that's the weird one.
Hello, Sherry.
Okay, so what did I do here? What I did here was, there was this big streak of blue over here.
Broke it up with that.
I broke it up with some of the splatter, but I also came in and lightly put some more trees there. And then I came back and put a little snow. And that's through that one tree that has the, it's this.
Oh, I like
came
that
in-
idea. Sonia says that the solo bell looks like it could be Rudolph's nose poking through a blizzard.
Oh, well, yeah. Now, I think this one turned out, for just being a little, you know, whimsical, whatever.
Even looks
think
like
it's-
a little bird sitting at the top there.
Yeah. Oh, really? Seriously? How about that? Or, I love the starry thing there.
Yeah.
I think this turned out really nice. Nicely.
I'm just cracking up that you, found that many, like, patterned scrapbook papers. I really thought
I just about used them all. We don't have that many, and I think they kind of just got lost. I think this is...
Mm-hmm.
I love the...
I spattered that one. I'm pretty sure about that.
No, I don't think so. Well, you did, but I respattered it because mine's white. Your spatter wasn't quite spattery enough. I think this is nice also. Tambien.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, Miriam. And I think perhaps now we need to talk to Jomi about, like, maybe the December swap is Christmas cards.
Oh, well, of course.
I mean, that's up to her because she's the.
Now, I am probably going to keep both of these. Because I think these are really stellar. And remember, this was a brayer. Well, actually, this was a brayer off.
I tell you, we're dragons. We've got a horde of little cards that we've made and
If
we
you
love.
get one of these, you know that I love you.
You are special.
With a capital S.
Yes.
Now, that's not to say, I really think most of these are, I don't think, there's not a bad one in the bunch or I wouldn't have shown it to you.
No worries, Laura. No worries.
Okay, well, I've got to make those. All right, well, moving right along. That was fun.
Now, are you going to show how you put the tissue?
I am.
Oh, look at that. I queued that up. It's
I
like
am.
we
And
almost talked about doing this.
I went ahead and spattered these.
Nice.
All right, now I'm going to show you the different ways you can do this. This gluing down of tissue paper, because Mariah has her little
Way about things.
I don't know where her little funny little lumpy thing here is. It's usually up here right where
You're
I'm
scaring me.
looking
You
at
should
it.
never spin that cart that fast. Ever.
Well, where's your hoop-de-doo thing?
What are you talking about?
Your spreader.
Oh, it should be on there. Ooh, that's a little too bright.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Well, then it could be stuck to something. That's always a... Oh, here, I got it over here. Sorry.
Okay, well, you can use something like this. Look at this. This is build-up glue. Now, isn't this a work of art?
It's
I should paint a little picture on it. Look, it's already got its little palette.
that's my
Okay, well,
spreader.
this is what she uses. And
do
I don't... I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so basically what I do is I just put some glue down.
Oh, definitely, Susan. Yes, I think that like the holiday card or winter celebration or
Seriously, because mine aren't just like... I told Mariah, I said, I think that they could be any seasonal thing.
'tis the season to love our arty friends.
Yeah.
That's what we
Okay,
call
this
it.
is... I put mine on because I can...
Yes.
I put it where it's supposed to go.
This is how she glues. It makes me crazy. All right, I think I got that one sort of worked out. Still just not understanding this crazy lighting situation today. Oh, that seems a little... Ooh.
Tissue paper isn't exactly the easiest thing to...
Yes, I love that.
Because
Carrie says, celebrate the end of another year with friends and family. Yeah. Oh, this is the art glitter glue, which dries pretty quick. She needs to really flip this thing over and be done with. And this is also why, like, her gluing is also a texture technique from behind. And I say that with judgment.
Yes, she is. Very judgy.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody was clear on that.
It wasn't, an instructional.
No, that I was not, like... just-
She's not endorsing this particular
I
technique
am not.
in any way, shape, or form. And there you go.
So,
Now,
hide your
you're-
glue behind your paint if you're going to do it that way.
Yeah. You can do it that way. All right, now here's the other way. This is, a lot more direct, and you can just, you can glue This may require opening up your glue, and I'm going to use good old Elmer's here.
Oh goodness, you're scaring me. Should I? It's kind of zoomed in. I'm going to zoom out a little. There.
Then you could use Mariah's spreader, or you could use the one that we're going to use here. And actually, you can use any medium. You know the clear. Just make sure that you get plenty on there. I'm kind of gauging that. Yeah, I think we'll see if Elmer's does as well as. Oh no, it doesn't dry as fast. That's kind of a good thing in this particular instance.
I'm so happy you're here too, Julie. I got good stream condition, Susan, so it might just be a little refresh. There have been some weird glitchy things happening, I'll just say, across the internet lately.
Now, I'm just picking that up really fast because I don't want to glue down my... I'll get the pen out of my mouth before I swallow it. Yes. I know all of you are
Or spit it across the table at me like a dart.
I didn't think of that, but certainly.
Just like, I'll keep that in mind.
A little bit more warpage here than we probably would have, you know, with the... Now, you have to consider also, if you glue this down with colored paper, you're going to get different results.
Yeah, some of that's going to come through.
The colors can obviously come through. But I think this is really, I think this is going to be nice. And
the other thing that you can do is if you have like either the glass mat or one of, you know, any of the, you know, crafting mat things, just place the card underneath that. Anything that's going to not like stick.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Because, yeah, well, I'm going to hand you these and let you.
Yeah, it won't adhere.
Yes.
Like it'll just flatten it out and sit on it while it glues or dries. While it's gluing.
Lid's on the glue. Put Mariah's spready tool up there where it's supposed to. Share this with you. This is what came off of my palette.
Oh, look at that weird little.
This little nipple here, isn't that great? And then this one is really interesting. I could flip those over there in the... But that's what you can do with your...
Well, and remember those
on these things, just builds up, and after a while you just, you know, peel it off.
Yeah, another skin thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where are you keeping that one?
I'll put it in an envelope. Put it with the rest of my skins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, I did...
Hey, Lisa.
More work on...
Oh, yes. Huta uses big sheets of double-sided tape that she used for gluing fine materials, less warping. Mm-hmm. She sucks at the double-sided tape. That ain't her thing.
I fight with this washi no-stick tape.
Here, you've got a... Yep. Oh. Almost. There you go. Does that feel better?
Well, I think it's still attached to my head.
Oh.
One that I missed. Perhaps I'll see it better the next time around. Okay, I think I'm going to put the toothbrush. I'm not sure we're going to need that today. Okay, so I worked on this a bit, and I've kind of got one of the things that happens as you work on these and do your oil pastel layers. You start seeing things that are coming at you. Don't ignore those things. Because right now, this is how I established my skyline. It just worked out that that's where the mountains were. This is sort of a strip here. This right here, this is my little lake, and I've got some trees. And then this is going to be my foreground here. That's just, it just worked out, and it's kind of forced. I know that that's not, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so I've been working on this one. So this one is, you know, it's kind of, I don't know.
Sort of thirds.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
More like half and half, but a strip in the middle.
It kind of is.
I don't mind it.
Well, you know, you have to decide. Do you want to emphasize your sky? And I just decided to emphasize my sky because, Most of the time, I don't emphasize my
Yeah,
sky.
usually you have a little sky.
Usually I have this
Like
little sky up here at the top, and I'm really fond of orange skies. You will. So I decided I was going to try. I'm not saying it's going to stay that color, but try and get that sky to be sort of blue, just to, you know, show people I do actually know skies are blue. Okay, so this is the other one that I'd done. Just, you know, did the wrong side. But you know, it really worked out fine. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just, but very, you know, some warpage, but considering the amount of glue that I poured out there.
How much does it weigh now?
It's hefty. Not 5 pounds yet, but might be getting there.
There was some talk of that in makers.
Yes. So this was one of the prints that I pulled with the poinsettias. You know, I pulled off to get it off. And it actually turned out, the print turned out to be kind of poopy, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. It hasn't talked to me. I just wait for things to talk to me, and you know, I've been trying to have a conversation with Archipinko, but
So it's a bit standoffish.
So far.
Just standing over there judging.
Being very talkative.
So we haven't gotten back to that.
No, we haven't. So.
But
not to worry, we will. I will just have this aha moment, and I'll drag that out, and you'll all just say, "Oh my gosh, look!"
Please try to have your aha moment as close to a stream time as possible.
Oh.
That would be
well,
super.
you know that doesn't. All right, now I've already got glue on these two parts. I don't have glue on this part, but I just wanted to show you. So we've got a lot of color going on down here, and lots of color. And when you start mixing lots of color together, you kind of get grayed out business going on. Early on, you don't mind that so much because you're just trying to get down layers here that are going to be underneath, are going to make the underneath part look more interesting.
So for those of you that have done oil painting, this process will sort of make sense if you've had any instruction in oil painting. Because usually you start out with...
I don't know how to paint like that.
Usually one starts out with basic blocks of muted color.
Some people just paint one color down, like red.
Yes.
Or
but usually
blue
like,
or black.
Yeah.
Or,
the way I thought it was like, you know, you kind of block it out like Serja has. She has her 3 sections and it's blocked out in those colors. And you start out with really light colors and then go darker. And build up those layers.
borrow a little glue from up there where we got a little carried away and try to make it down here.
And in a way, this process is very much like an oil painting because you really need to make sure that each layer dries.
Yes. Well, you don't have any choice on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, you seriously do not have a choice on this one. Okay, now somebody asked a question about, you know, don't the oil pastels flake off and aren't they messy? Well, you don't talk to me about messy. If you can't get messy, then you have no business doing art. It's extremely messy, and yes, and it can be, but I don't even consider that. I mean,
Izzy loves it. She's a very tactile artist.
and I am also, and I'm what I'm doing here is I'm mushing it because some of these, remember, this is like the 3rd layer of pastels that I put on here with glue. So some of them are already glued down. They're not going anywhere. These up here are not, ow, oh, don't do that. That hurt. This is nothing is coming off. It's dunsies.
All right, hold on. We got a couple questions here.
Okay.
All right. Huta would like to know, what are you doing? Is this a technique? Yes. Remember, color down, and now it's time to sort of smush them together.
Yeah. Did she not see the one from my bed? You want to get the one from the bedroom again? That's...
Oh, the end product.
The end product.
I'll bring that back out here in just a second to like where she's headed to.
Yes.
But each layer is going to kind of have the same process, technique done.
And it you know, there's just, it is a technique, but there's not a right or a wrong way to do it. I'm going to try doing some with, now, you have to put that
And then Candy says that I think that you have a tree mask stuck to the back of the poinsettia one that you showed. If you're looking for one of your trees.
Bless your heart, I do.
Good.
That's
catch.
the way things get.
I'll tell you. I always tell her it's probably stuck to something. Yeah.
And that was a good one because I think I'm going to put. I'm actually on one of. Remember the one that I did with the trees where there were the 3 colors, and it didn't come. It came off in pieces and parts because my.
Oh no! She hadn't seen it yet, so she didn't really.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. She doesn't know where we're going. There is a rhyme and a reason here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, we've talked about this. I've got pretty much everything lined out about where I want it on this one. I'm liking it. I want fog. Fog you should add way towards the end, but I kind of really, you want to get an idea about where you want your fog because that's going to be determining what goes on. And what I want here is I want a lost and found effect. Okay? This fog is occurring in, all right, so here you have your mountains. Here's a horizon line here. This purple business going on here is a little off-putting right now, and I think it's a little bit powsy-wowsy, but I don't know what to do with it yet, so I'm just ignoring it.
All right, so people need some, and this is what I always tell you, it's always awesome, like, to kind of, whether we name it or not, but kind of, you know, where did you pick this up? What is the technique? It's really, it's kind of a spin-off of doing rubbings.
Well, yes and no. It started out, the original one started out as a project that we did after Christmas with, they were instructed before they went away on Christmas break to save scraps of wrapping paper.
Oh, okay.
And it was one of those things that we were trying to figure out things to do with. And I don't know, that year it was just a real emphasis on the recycle, reuse, or reduce, recycle.
Yeah.
The R's. I don't know, whatever the hell they are. Anyway, so we got into that. And that was what prompted this whole
trash
thing.
paper, oil crayon collage.
Trash paper, there you go.
And I've been calling it Crinkle Landscape.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know that this is going to be fog down here, but when you do something someplace, you need to kind of have that color. At least, you notice the orange kind of pops around here and there. That's not accidental. I'm doing that on purpose.
All right, what are your feelings on chalk pastels?
I don't like them. I don't like them because I have eczema. Chalk pastels suck every little bit of moisture that's already.
But you could, if that's what they wanted to.
Oh yes, I love chalk pastels. I love what they do. I just don't like them because
they eat her hands up.
They eat my hands up, and they dry my hands up.
Rhonda says Crinkle art kind of encompasses all. Yes, or water soluble crayons. Yeah, I think
I'm using some water. I've used some water solubles here.
Yeah.
That green out there is, and these are all
it's
water.
Mixed media.
But the thing about this is when you put the glue down, the oil pastels become soluble.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
There's something in the glue that hits both things, and
yeah. Now see, I just figured out something here. This here can be part of this mountain here, if I do something to
right.
it.
Yeah. Well, right now you've made a smaller mountain.
I have, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to make you see that that is actually part of the one behind it. My fog here.
Through the fog.
Okay, are you feeling it now? You're feeling like, okay, this is being interrupted by the fog.
Mm-hmm.
And if your crayons break, you're just not going to be really worried about it.
Hey, Constance.
And I'm really pushing and working this down in there because remember, I got crinkly things going on there. Kind of a light blue. I don't necessarily like that, but remember, we're going to come in here and we're going to do some we're going to do some more gluing to set this layer.
Now, do you get, as you do these layers, see, I've never seen her do this. I mean, I've seen the thing on the wall for years, but, you know, other than that, that's all I know. Didn't realize the depth of this process. When you put the glue on, do you kind of go lighter and lighter with how much you smush it about?
You're more purposeful about how you smush it about. Yes, you're not wild and crazy like when I was first putting it on. I was just putting big old things on, just you know. After a while, yes, you're going to be more selective about how much pressure you put on your brush, and even maybe using a softer brush to layer it on.
Yeah, and you definitely want to use cheap glue. Don't go crazy.
Oh gosh, no. Oh heavens, no. Yeah, go buy a big. How much did this cost, Mariah?
I have no idea. But it was, yeah, cheapy. And she was very excited that it was the well, I was a little worried because that was actually the only, they had the little tiny ones. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord, she'll just, I'll get in trouble for that.
I'll use one of those on one thing.
This is all they had, like, in a bigger thing. So that's what I got.
And it says extra strong formula.
She likes it.
It says it dries fast. It doesn't dry as fast as some of the other stuff. But yeah. I don't know. I think it's perfectly fine. And
welcome to those of you that are coming in. I saw like Nisi and some others like popping in here. Hello. Sorry I didn't catch you like right at the beginning. Been trying to let P do her things. I have never, like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm trying to kind of pick up the cues on how to do this whole process. But do give those thumbsy upsies. And, you know, if you're watching the replay, leave the comments below.
Okay. Now, on composition here. We talked about thirds, right? This one's pretty thirdy. If you consider this strip to be, you know, all one.
Oh, you're getting 30?
30. T-H-I-R-D-Y. 30. T-H-I-R-D-Y.
His cousin is dirty.
So I've got a lot of horizontals here. Because that's the way landscapes usually are. So you do want to plan for something that's something slightly vertical. And that's what my little trees are going to do here.
All right, what are your feelings on gel medium? I think that would be perfectly fine.
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely try it. My whole thing about, I like the opacity, the slight opacity of the Elmer's.
It's kind of foggy.
And it's matte. It's not shiny.
Right.
I want to control that. I can always put shiny on. But I don't want to start because I think the oil pastels in and of themselves are kind of...
Yeah, now I know there are some like
matty.
gel mediums and even PVA glue that you can get. Like the Montmartre, this stuff comes in like a 3 set and is quite reasonably priced.
Oh, yeah. But you can use the school glue.
Yeah. I think whatever you can get your hands on.
All right, I don't know what's wrong with my thing here. If it's stopped up. No, it's not. Here we go.
I knew what you meant,
Remember? Glue like a first grader. Okay, so I've already got my brush over here that I don't know what I was doing. It's got a bit of mucky muck. Okay, that's good enough. So, do you remember we talked about kind of directionally?
Yeah, you're kind of painting with your glue because you're activating the color that's there. So this, as you do the layers, this is why I was asking, is it important to sort of be cognizant and be more aware, be more purposeful?
Well, sure it is as you go along. And if you want, you know, the last stage is going to be the stage where you're leaving your marks.
Oh, Darcy says upside down it looks like a raging river with trees.
Oh my gosh, it does.
Oh, yeah.
See, you should turn them upside down just for chuckles.
It might be better.
It might be better.
Plus, she's done about 1 million landscapey things that look exactly like this. This is very much her style. I love you, but it's, you know.
It is.
Just think, when we're dead and gone and whatever, and this will be your mark to be all the landscapes you did when...
These are going to be the ones that are going to sell for millions of dollars.
Yeah, the other stuff
on
is
the
gonna
back of Marie
consider
calendars.
Yeah, the weird stuff. This is really what she was known for when it wasn't.
Yeah, now if you do kind of lose, you know, your mountains, the shape of your mountains, which I kind of did there, but it's okay because I can get that back. I want to make sure that what's behind it is really kind of mussed about. And I'm very fond of this pink sky. And it's not a sky that's not real, because in Alaska, at the end of the day in the wintertime, it's called alpenglow. And it is. It's just this beautiful kind of shell pink,
Oh, yeah.
pinky purple. Yeah. Okay, now let's come down here and let's give our give the start of our fog a nice good little circular motion and getting it established.
Oh, Susan had that thought too. I didn't. Upside down, it looks like fall trees along a rushing river. Oh, yep.
Huh.
Yeah, those are the rapids you don't want to go down.
Yes. I
They're
chose.
that frothy.
I did not go on that trip. I watched and I took photographs. A friend of ours did do the trip, and it was really cool because at one place down this gorge there was a bridge across it, and you could wait for them there and catch them coming around the corner.
Uh-huh.
But no, in order to do that, you had to put on a wetsuit, and you had to do you had to get in the water, and you had to float down to catch the shore on the other side. I mean, they were waiting down there. There wasn't any way that you were going to drown or anything, because
Right.
you've got a life jacket on, yada yada, and you can have a helmet
There's
on.
always a way you can drown.
But it is
You can drown in 2 inches of water.
cold water.
Julie Parker would like to know, my Elmer's glue, let's see, my Elmer's glue all last time I looked at it separated. Does that mean it's gone off or just needs shaking?
Oh, just shake it up,
Yeah, I
and
don't
even if
think
it's
it
gone,
goes.
I don't mind it as long as it doesn't smell bad. We had some stuff that went.
Ah, it's usually the acrylic paint stuff that gets
Yeah. Okay, so I've got that going
Keep
on up there,
smelling.
and while that's drying up there, I can be working down here, getting some stuff to go on.
Oh, Sherry says that the mountains there are at sunset. They're called the Range of Light.
Ooh. Okay, you will not be able to get along without some sort of indigo, Prussian blue, dark blue color. I don't care what you're doing. If you want to get some depth and whatnot going on there, you need that.
And that's even true, like when we talk about the colored pencils, it's the three main colors that, you know, are ideal to have are that navy, dark, you know, like some kind of dark blue. Sort of, she really loves the Tuscan red.
I do.
And then what, white, I think was the other.
Yes. And remember, we lost the edge of our mountain up there, and I don't really like that.
Yeah, you did.
Lost the edge of
It's
our
a really
mountain.
tall mountain. See, that there's just more fog.
You can even play in the glue there. Now that other one was just ever so slight, but it's not going to be changing, earth changing problem there. Okay, so you've got those back. Okay, I think this mountain's going to be in front of this mountain. This is a little mountain. This is a little mountain here. And this little mountain's way, way, way back there. Just barely see that mountain.
So, Nisi, the difference between impasto and gel medium, probably not a ton, and then it kind of depends on the gel medium because there are different varieties and thicknesses, but really impasto is just a really thick, and you know, you can mix it with paint or whatever, which is like what gel medium is as well. It really comes down to mainly the thickness, and what was great there for a while, now I think prices have gone up, with the U.S. Art Supply version of the impasto. Was extremely reasonably priced. And some impasto is kind of expensive. And I guess maybe that's because of the thickness of it. I don't really know that for a fact.
And these are my trees here. So even if they are not upside down, but I want them to be on this side of the water, because it's going to help me out with my composition. Now, I could have some back here that are back there. Okay, I think this is coming along splendidly. I'm loving it. And we just need to get some more. You can tell me, Mariah, when we need to move on, because I could just sit here and fart with this. And
well, what else do you want to do today?
I don't know. Oh, I want to do some. I do want to do something else. So don't let me forget, because I want to do some rubbings and do a whole different technique on this one. You know, that we talked about. Do some rubbings and glue some rubbings down on here.
Yeah, because I think,
because this could be an, alternative. All right, now, when you're establishing your foreground here, remember, you're going to have warmer colors here.
I really am quite impressed with this.
I don't think it's horrible. It's not, it's you have to approach it in stages, and don't be, afraid that you're going to do something that's wrong.
Well, and I think that's why, okay, so it might be a really good, once you kind of get your last little things on there, good to move to the other one, because I think the other is perhaps something where you would want to start out with that style, collaging things together, because then I think that's similar in technique, but maybe more comfortable for people to start out with.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that was weird. These are going to be more of your cypress. The straight up and down trees. And use all your different pastels, because you're going to get different effects with different ones. And if I come in and it's too light or it's too dark at this point, it is not even. Now, Mariah, you need to go and get that.
Oh, yes.
Before, because I really want. So your warmer colors are down here in the foreground. I don't know that they're going to stay quite this bright. This really isn't my color palette, and you'll see in just a moment what I'm talking about. And you just keep mussing with it.
I think you got more wrinkles in the one that you got going on now. But I like it. I think it's more interesting.
Okay, here we go. And Mariah, you have to tell me how to turn it so that we're not getting glass. I apologize for that.
Well, you need to come my way a little bit if you can. I'm going to back out. I think I'm pretty much there, but give a little bit more there. Okay.
So, smoother, turquoise and the orangey pink sky. The fog rolling in, the lost and found effect of the edges of the mountains, maybe some sunshine and whatnot. It's suggestive. It's not something that is, what do I want to say? It isn't, verisimilitude.
Darcy's piece says it's not horrible, and I'm sitting here thinking how great it looks.
It's looking good. It's every time and that's the whole thing, is you want to just keep coming back at it. It
really is, though, something you want to take a little time in between, because if you just keep at it all in one session, I don't think it goes well.
I don't think it does either, and I think that, and you can see the difference here. Okay, you can start seeing what's happening with this here. I'm really not loving this at all right now, but I've done them enough to know that that's almost a good thing. It can go good too soon, and you have to leave it.
And maybe have a couple working like you kind of like
that,
you have.
I'm really, because this is a whole new ball game here coming in with this, because I've never done this one before. I just took and glued down the entire print as it was. I didn't tear it up or anything. And what I did is I poured huge amounts of this down on there. I took the big old stenciling brush that I have, and really beat it into the cracks. I mean, I did like that. And there's a couple places that almost tore the paper, but doesn't really matter because this is just going to be a first layer anyway. But even though it is a first layer, I think this nice shimmery whatever. And I don't know. I don't have no idea where this is going.
Yeah, I don't either. Quick question.
None.
Julie wants to know what is a good brand of impasto. The March, she has acted like glue on the gel plate and didn't want to pull off. We've not used the gel. You've mixed the paint.
I have. And, you know, that is a really, really good point. Because I've noticed some of these that I have more, and even after they set out for a while, because I remember I got one out the other day and it was just, oh, see, this one's looking pretty good. We didn't use the Montmartre Impasto. We've only used Art Supply, U.S. Art Supply.
And then we have the really pricey, well, and it's just a heavy.
Yeah, and I really, the place, see that I use this stuff. Okay, here I've got it. This is the Lucas Krill Pastos, not the Studio, in beige. Then I put it in Amsterdam Extra Heavy Gel Medium.
Which is similar.
Yeah.
Because we were like, okay, you know what, and it was on sale. But it's still very pricey.
Very pricey for a small thing. Then I used Triple Thick Brilliant Brush On Glaze, Deco Art, plus Retarder. I love this. If you want to pull something up, this has got some serious pulling power. When I don't know if it's going to come up or not, and there's any question about it, and I can use this because it's good, I know it'll come up with this stuff. So that's what I know about that Impasto stuff.
And then that Judy uses it like a super queen to make some like awesome
heavy
texture.
duty. Yeah, now see, that's starting to set up a little bit, but usually it's because I haven't put the lids on.
Very well, yeah.
Screwed them down tight. I use that stuff, and this is this has the Lucas Krill Pastos Alizarin Crimson 4067 Impasto USA and Retarder.
So you may want to make sure that you're mixing it in with the paint.
I would. I don't think I would just put it. I've never just put it on there plain. Never.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers that.
Never did that. Okay, well, let's move along here.
Move along.
Move along. We're going to grab some tissue paper. And,
oh, you're going to do the Christmas lights?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
I don't know.
So I know it was going to be a good one.
I think there's lots of possibilities with the Christmas lights. Like beyond them just being Christmas lights.
Absolutely. Okay, so then we have this. And look how fast that was.
All right, good, Lisa. I'm glad she's finishing up her collab piece. I need those links tomorrow. It's due. I'm getting cranky. Hey, Angela.
Oh, this is really cool. See that? This is the back side of the... And it's leaving a double line there.
Oh, she mixed it in with the paint.
What? What?
Julie, she had mixed it in with the paint. So she says maybe there was too much in it. And every brand is different. So we don't really, you know.
There is no given.
Oh, Sherry, you can just message it to me. And then make sure that your video is set to unlisted right now. And then I will pull together all the links. And then we will set end screens. And then we set to schedule. That is the process. Oh, I like that mix. I like this colorful holiday-y business.
And try to get your whole... I really like that purple. It's making me very sad that it's gone.
Which purple was it?
I have no idea. I took the paper off.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
Diane says she has gone through all of her older prints and it's interesting to see the development as she's learned. All the doors, windows, landscapes, stages, and obsessions.
I mean, it really is. If the only difference, you know, between somebody that knows how to gel print, somebody who doesn't, is that they just haven't put in the time.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get better unless you do it. And you're not going to get better unless you take some chances and try some different things.
Yeah. All right, so then you're going to...
Yeah,
I like this.
I think that this is very festive.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly, Darcy. Yeah, the taking chances is, yeah, ask what if. What if I do this? Ooh, how about this? I'm gonna put this down.
And the thing about it is you want to make mental note of what you're doing. You don't have to write it down, although sometimes it really does help to write it down.
Yeah, even though, you know, this one over here doesn't really love to make lists and keep track of these sorts of things, I do believe that...
I do have a book that has things in it.
That has become helpful.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we're just going to start with some gluing down, because I don't know where this is going to... I don't have a sense of where it's going to go right now.
Hello, Rebecca Jean. Welcome.
So, we're just going to glue down some stuff. Now, what I do when I'm doing this is I take my... And sometimes you want to be careful, because as the glue eats into your... What are you laughing about?
Yep, see, she says, look at that fine tearing technique right there. It was, wasn't it? It's because she did it the right way on the paper.
Yeah, well, I do that when I want it to go fast. If I want it to go irregular and look cool, I go...
Yeah, the other way, and then you're going to...
All right, so we're not going to use that, because I'm afraid that it's going to loosen up the paint that's on there, and I'm going to get some big clogs of...
Oh, and we have quite the little crowd with us. And remember, if we hit 100 and kind of stay there for a little bit, I will give away a free stencil with your next order. So, if that is the case and you haven't given those thumbsy upsies, do give the thumbsy upsies.
Yeah, call your friends. Hey, and
if you're watching in the replay,
I'll throw in one of my non-Christmas cards.
She'll throw in a non-Christmas card. A festive holiday. 'Tis the season, whatever time of year this is for you.
Yes.
Maybe we write that in the card. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll write you a little note.
Because we're kind of that way, too. It's like...
Okay.
Even P said that. She's like, I feel like these are more winter cards than they are just, you know, about a specific holiday. Let's see. What is this, Carrie? Okay. Yes, go with the grain.
Well, there was obviously a little bit of stuff left in that.
Whew, sorry. All right. Thank you, Diane. Diane has thumbsy upsied. We appreciate it.
This is basically the same thing that I was doing when I did, what's her name?
Vinela?
Vinela and,
The heads?
yeah.
Yeah. We need to go get her. The fair is over.
Well, we better. We don't want somebody to, you know.
Well, tomorrow's the first day that you can go pick up things.
Are we doing that?
Perhaps. We might just make a day of it to do all kinds of things.
Well, is it over by where that place where they used to make pot pies? Maybe they started making them again.
Dear Lord, you're so obsessed with pot pies. No,
Oh.
it is not. Not anywhere close.
Well.
Although there are some cool restaurants over there, I think, if we had a little down the other way.
Well, and I'll tell you what, there's a really excellent junk store over there. Because remember the year that I brought my kids here and we went to the
Oh, it's probably not there anymore.
oh, that's really sad. I got those really cool plates there from Israel.
Yeah. Where are they now?
In storage, because you wouldn't let me hang them up in the dining room because you said that you didn't want, it was too much.
It's too much.
I seriously have considered the fact that she might have been replaced in the nursery.
Oh, that is not even true.
Well, we do suspect that with Nathan. It was a hospital run by nuns, and they were. I uncovered.
They weren't very nice.
They weren't. I uncovered his feet to make sure that he had all his toes, you know, his little blanket and everything. And then Scotty sat on the edge of the bed, and they came in and made him get off the bed, and told me not to unwrap that baby anymore. And I said, "When's the checkout time in this?"
She didn't stay very long at that
I
one.
didn't stay very long with that one. The other one was much nicer in Denver. Yeah, they had the doctor said, "I'm telling you, I'm putting on you on the go home list today. You've been here long enough." I said, "Oh, but man, you know the food's not bad."
They bring the baby.
They bring the baby. They take her away.
She seems happy.
You know, she hasn't complained or anything. And none the worse for wear. And that's what he said. "I can tell this is not your first one, right?" I said, "Exactly." And it's not a hospital run by nuns who are a bit vigorous.
It's all right. It's enough yammer baby talk, whatever. All right. I found some prints done with wicker trivets that had beads in them, as well as plant pot inserts. We'll have to try those again. And
as rubbing material.
Yes, that was Diane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
sounds marvelous.
I think it was Evie that did you see her texture board thing that she created with like I think it was like foam pellets or something like that, and then other just bits and pieces. It was really quite fantastic. And
I haven't been on.
Yeah, you need to get over there and check out some things.
I've been watching. It's called.
She got an honorable mention. That's why she got this. Hers was displayed during the fair. Mine just came home. No ribbon. Oh, well, wait. I got a, participation ribbon. I don't believe in those.
Yeah, and it's really, I was kind of
insulting.
I was kind of embarrassed that
they chased me down to give it to me too. ma'am, here's your. And then Brad just chuckled because he knew that I was like.
The problem, there wasn't anything else there. They didn't know where to put her.
Yeah.
There weren't any other like things. I don't think they really knew what to do with my head either, because there certainly weren't any more of those.
Right.
And where I ended up was over in the section where the dolls were culturally dressed.
I don't know exactly how they decide.
There was glass blowing in there.
Well, I don't know how they decide to put all of the stuff together. Like, I don't think that it necessarily... Like, once they put it on display, it's not like it sits in with, like, items.
Oh.
I think they just try to make the displays look interesting.
Well, it's a freaking nightmare. I wouldn't...
I'm sure that if we wanted to volunteer...
Hell no. No.
I could build out some store display-looking things.
Oh, that was probably a bit excessive. But, at this point, I'm just trying to get this stuff. Because now remember, the person that was worried about, the oil pastels being messy and whatever, they're not going to be after this.
Right. They're getting glued down.
They're getting covered up with a thing of glue. Now, the other thing, and I did demonstrate this once. I don't remember when. That if you really, want to get a fast set on your oil pastels, you can just put down a layer of, say, this stuff. Iridescent medium, or any clear stuff. And put your paper down on that on your gel plate, and it'll cover it up, and you won't have to worry about it smearing about the cabin.
Well, now that's also kind of one of those things. Let me slow that down and kind of recap that with the understanding of what she means by that. So, if you have done the rubbings, like she has done here, and then go and just put a nice thin layer on your gel plate, push that down, then you can pull that up. Now,
pull it up right
it is
away.
Not going to cover all of it necessarily.
No, not necessarily. But it's going to get, unless you've really indented your,
Yeah, you don't want to press too hard.
and you want to get it up right away because number one is tissue paper.
Well, yes, and then you have to understand that the oil pastels are basically creating a resist.
Yes, and it will
Which
show up on your plate.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Cool stuff too, for those of you. Oh, Fran, I'm sorry. Yeah, bye.
Bye, Fran.
I think she's not feeling well. Sorry,
Oh.
I didn't catch that earlier.
I had a nap today. I was just, Izzy and I had a bad night. She did what I call the,
Well, she hasn't been feeling well.
she's coughing.
Well, the wind has been blowing like crazy.
And we started out with our window open. Then the rain came and blew rain in on us.
Which she told on Gigi.
And I, I did pillow soak most of it up. So I had to close down the window, and then we got hot. And I'm telling you what, that baby doesn't do hot.
No, she doesn't. She gets real wiggly and terrible.
And so so I ripped off her fleece pajama pants, which I'm like, why is she wearing that anyway?
She
Good
wanted
Lord.
to wear those. I knew it was going to go badly.
That did not go well. So I ripped those off of her.
Hey, Acme.
And she did a lot better thereafter. Are y'all finding this just incredibly fascinating? You talking amongst yourselves and smoking and drinking?
Well, Acme, she's preheating the oven for the lasagna. Lisa's back. She finished her collab piece. Very good. I'm proud of you, Lisa. She's going to be doing her video here in a little bit. Ginger Sparks just showed up. Hello, Ginger.
Hello, Ginger.
We did lose some people.
Well, no doubt. I wouldn't watch this. And it's okay. I'm not going to belabor this. Y'all get the idea of what's going on here. I'll just go ahead and put the rest of that on there. I don't know where this is going.
You can do this and watch TV.
You can.
Typically.
Murder movies, as long as you know you don't have to read captioning.
Get your pieces all torn up. Separate them out in certain colors if you kind of, really thinking that you're going to need them. If you want to create more of a landscape or something in particular, separate out your colors.
Yeah, and this can still be that.
Because you can paint with them.
But yes, right now that's what I'm doing. Painting with my papers.
Yeah.
Painting with my papers. Okay, now I want to do another couple techniques with the, because I think it's there's not enough glue there to mess with that. I'm just going to wipe that out and be ready to go for the next time.
Yeah, a couple techniques that go with this.
Pardon? All right, now here's this piece that I was spattering on. Right, can you see it?
Oh, Carrie, he's rocking it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and we do have some really exciting news. I think, November and December, some exciting things are going to be happening. We're going to have more designers come in. So there'll be new stuff with that. Carrie Griffiths, he's got new designs coming up. Poor Brad and I just need to find the time to get through everybody's stuff. Get them, get them kind of cleaned up, sized, and cut, and ready to show on the stream. We're kind of hoping to show maybe 2, 3 at the most each week. So that way you guys kind of have a chance to, be able to see what we have that's new, and if it's something that you like, get to see how it's used and not be totally overwhelmed by it all. That's kind of the thought process, just so you guys all know. Now, what's this that you're...
Well, it's just another technique with the oil pastels.
Okay.
And gotta kind of feel where your tree is. But I'm just doing it on this scrap piece of paper here because I think it might be interesting. I don't know. It might be really pukey anyway. But, never know.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Absolutely.
I don't love this right now.
It kind of looks like somebody puked blueberries.
Well, the first one was good. I think that you need to switch up your color when you're...
Moving about?
Yes.
What would you recommend, Mariah?
Now,
see, you got to be careful because not all your colors are going to be...
Yeah.
Are going to work. They're going to be too... See, that one's not very good.
We'll kind of overlap that onto the green and see what happens. Or I mean on the blue. Yeah, you knew what I meant.
It's going to become froggy. That's not a good one.
Oh, Laura, I'm sorry. She says, too late. Too many stencils. Not enough time to get them all on the plate. I know, we kind of feel that way around here, too. But I think, you know, certain...
Well, that's kind of goopy.
There's going to be ones that are more in tune with you guys. And, you know, different artists want to use different things. So we hope that there's, you know, something for everybody. That's what we're trying to do. Miriam says, now we know why the tree was behind the picture. Oh, it was stuck down to the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
See, well, that's not looking terrible. Like, it's...
And it's just the thing is if you're going to tear it up and use it for...
for your paint, for your color.
Yeah, then, you know...
So what you're doing is you're creating some kind of pre-texture along with color.
Yeah.
That you can then tear up and then put into the next piece.
And the thing about it is you can take your edges and you can just go along like this. Move your thing a little bit. So you're just getting the idea of the edge of the tree. So it could be, you know, grass fire.
Bye, Lori. No worries.
You know, whatever. Alrighty. Let's check over here.
Oh yeah, I think you have some things you're
got
supposed to pull.
I've got, well, no, I think I've pulled everything.
Did I? Yeah, I think did I film that?
I conditioned plates.
That's, yeah, you're supposed to show that.
Well, remember we were going to decide. I'm sorry Fran left because shoot.
Oh, she'll come back around, or we can show her the thing. She'll be fine. She needs rest.
Yeah, especially if you're not feeling well. And I know the time thing is the constraint of the time thing. Okay, so here we are. I'm looking at this side, and I'm thinking one of the oxides maybe.
I think you should use fern. Or dirty lime. Or agave. No, not the agave, because you already used that.
I've already used that. I think it needs to be brown. That's what I'm thinking, Mariah.
Okay. I don't agree with that, but that's fine.
I think that the brown, well, maybe I should use a burnt umber. Here it is. All right, so it's semi-opaque. We're going to make it a bit more opaque by using some red iron oxide.
Okay.
And we're going to throw in, just for good measure, a little bit of green.
Okay.
Which is going to kind of, I don't know. We shall see.
Come back around to brown.
She was not making that a nice. That was a really
I love it when you do your own brown.
poopy. Oh, we got a good little
Trinket.
trinket.
Add it to the pot.
Well, I can't reach my pot right now.
Okay.
I'll just put it up there.
Hope that you remember and doesn't get stuck to something else.
Just, you know, kind of smush that about here, hither and yon. This is more of a reddish brown.
Oh, hey, Susan. Glad you're here.
And this
Hey,
is kind of a reddish. And I'm hoping to get kind of an antique-y, a little bit antique-y thing going on here. What?
Diane says, my husband just gives me a look. You do everything with those women, P&M. I hear them talking while you're in the shower, getting dressed, peeing the dog. She takes us everywhere. Thanks, Diane.
I love it.
Tell your husband, hey. We appreciate that he, you know. We're fun. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, some of the stuff we did today wasn't necessarily fun, but I wanted to do it because I want you to see what pardon me, what can be done. I'm going to use a great big piece of paper because this is my 6x8.
He might be feeling a little neglected, perhaps.
You just need to get him into gel printing and he'll be okay.
Yeah. Constance would like to know, what criteria do you use to decide when the plate needs to be dry before pulling a print? I only have one plate of each size.
Oh, well, you need to get more plates, first of all. Secondly, how do I do that? It just depends on what I want. When I'm doing the technique that I'm doing right now, where I already had something down there, I want it to dry. And I want it to dry all the way dry. I don't want it to be partially dry. And what I'm doing right now is it's not a good thing to do. Because I'm just cutting blind. I don't know where the edge of the blade is or anything.
Yeah, I'll be
And
crazy later.
you can
whenever.
lift up the edge quite easily. And I apologize for not having something cut ahead of time. But I was making cards. All right. Oh, yes.
Not just any brown.
But look at, we've got
It's
those
beautiful.
little
Yep, a little crazy.
crazy things going. Oh, Fran, I think she's going to be very proud of me.
She will. Hello, Tamari.
But remember, that's the double, the double scrape over with
Yeah, a little
Fran's stencil.
Yes, that's the here. I'll put a link in there. That's Fran's asemic symbols that we just posted. So
Now, I cleaned all of my plates, and somebody wanted to know, well, how do you know when it's time to clean your plates?
well, that was last stream or so.
I know, but somebody keeps asking the
That
same
is true.
thing.
They do like to know.
And when it stops being sticky, it's time to clean. When you're not getting a clean pull,
When things are staying back on the plate,
and you've
versus-
got more there than on the paper you're pulling off, it's way over time.
Yes.
Now, the one thing I will say, these little jobbers here, they're going to cause a lot of problems. If you, this is the one that you want to get it down, get it up, or leave it down. This is not something that you're going to have time to mess about with. You'll want to use some of the whatever. Now, I haven't even used this on the gel plate yet. I've just, so I'm kind of...
No, you've just brayered on it.
I've just...
That's not gel printing that you see there.
This is pouncing.
That's pouncing, painting,
Pouncing,
brayering,
paint,
flopping
brayering.
around.
Yeah, all those things. No paint, not from the gel plate. Pardon me.
And it seems that we have showered with many of these women.
Mm-hmm. How does that work?
Well, many of them use like an iPad or tablet or kind of thing, and then they take it into the shower. Like how Izzy does sometimes when,
Oh,
you know, her daddy sets her up in there. I don't.
all right. You just don't. I really, you know, I don't like just using one color of paint. Have y'all noticed that? And this is a really dark purple. We're going to mix a little of this really delicate pink in with it to kind of make it a little less.
That's pretty normal, Miriam. Just the human brain sees faces typically in things.
Mm-hmm. You know, infants do. That you can, I remember when Izzy was born, I made her a mobile with all of my
Favorite peoples.
favorite people.
Oh.
Do we still have that?
Maybe. Probably somewhere.
All right, now we're going to do this thing where, you know, I just keep pulling stuff off of here and putting down a different color because I want to get some cool things going on. All right? Everybody with me?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of my favorite technique for gel printing.
Yeah.
I just think it creates interesting things, and you know, it's kind of one of those you don't really know what's going to happen. Plus, you get all these nice little things, which you can put onto your
Christmas cards or collage.
Now, see, look how cool that's starting to look as it dries. It's picking up some of that pink underneath, and it'll continue to do that.
Mm-hmm. And depending on what you have put down prior to it, other things like so. If you happen to like get really mixed media-y with things and start using anything like magicals or brushos or watercolor crystals, anything that will re-solubilize will then come up through.
Oh, do you see that? Isn't that
That's beautiful.
How cool that's looking?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's lift it up and just look here and see if... I'm going to pull that.
Ooh.
I think that's going to be so...
Now these are, this is like some sophisticated holiday. And the message could be something like, don't get yourself tangled up this holiday season. Watch out, Hallmark.
It's the tangle before dawn.
The tangle before dawn. Is it Christmas or Halloween?
Well, you know, I don't know. Those are
But
some...
there are multiple houses now around here that have already started putting up their Christmas lights on the house. And Brad was like, should I put ours up? I mean, every year it seems like it's earlier and earlier.
Crazy ass people. Okay, I'm just so excited about my
I keep buying the same bathing suit.
clean plate. Oh, good. We've got some mucky muck on it. This is some of the paint that Fran sent to me.
Kathleen, I sometimes kind of do that.
What is it?
She says she does long soaks. I miss that. Izzy now just finds me in the bathroom and kind of yammers at me and, you know, asks if I would like to share my bath. And I'm like, no, I really don't. But thanks for asking.
Mommy, are you lonely? Do you want... That's what she tells me when she doesn't want... She's, you know, she's bored with me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to...
Rewrite this other book.
We're going to do a pattern book. So it's a book and it's about Biscuit the dog. Biscuit the dog.
She's starting to read. That baby is starting to read.
Hey, she got the reading award at school.
She did. We're very proud of her.
We're not sure. You know, it's kind of one of those kind of things.
Everybody got an award.
Some award. And
Somebody
we're
had
not
to get.
sure, you know, exactly. But she does. She's extensive vocabulary in her word. But we're reading about Biscuit, and Biscuit doesn't want to go to bed.
Oh, that's right. Carrie's dog is named Biscuit.
Keeps thinking about all of these things, and this is
pretty much it's everything that Izzy does. Like
yeah,
for
and she just thinks it's great. Now look at that! Isn't that starting to be really interesting?
Very beautiful.
Beautiful, marvelous. You get free music with this channel too.
Checking the numbers to see how many start clicking out.
They're tapping out on that
I'll make
one.
her stop. Stay. Did you give a thumbs up? Great.
Okay, now remember what's our goal here. We're getting down a lot of little bitsy pieces, and you can take a peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Okay, that's not enough yet. I'm going to try to take off a little less. Not enough yet.
Oh, Sherry's joining in now. She's got a hashtag. She says, hashtag full spectrum entertainment. Yeah,
okay, now see how it's gooping up in the inner parts of this thing? I'm liking this thing.
The goopy intertanglements.
Yes, goopy intertanglement. And this is when you can really use your
Which
high
red?
flows.
Which red was that before? Did you say?
I thought I did, but I held it up.
Okay,
It was
good.
quinacridone crimson. And I'm also very fond of quinacridone magenta.
Oh no, he's doing a lot better with the coughing and everything. Yeah.
I still have some gunk. Oh! Beer opener.
Popper topper. Mm-hmm.
All you people that got rid of those because you didn't think that you were going to drink that kind of beer anymore. Ah. Okay, we have another little, nice little
Thank you, Sherry. Sherry says we're a hoot.
trinket here. We shall.
Some days are better than others.
Yeah, they are. Dadgummit, I can't get it off my finger.
Oh, a little beer opener, or it's the.
Yeah. That one is definitely vintage. It comes from the place where I was born.
Well, that doesn't mean that it's vintage.
Well, I ain't been there in a while, Mariah.
Oh, true that. It's probably Megan's wedding.
Yeah, and it's from that liquor store that's across the street.
Yeah, because they didn't supply beverages, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, who wants to go to a wedding where the beverages aren't provided? Why else would you go? Alrighty, I think we're getting some interesting stuff going on here.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And the thing I love about this is you never know what you're going to get when you do this technique, because I try to use as many different colors as I possibly can that I have not used before.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that doesn't always happen. I always end up with my
Face.
transparent red iron outside.
Making her browns that she loves so much. Rusty browns.
I'm hoping this is going to come off of here. I probably should have let this dry and pulled it with, but we shall see. We shall see. All right, well, let's do something. I'm just going to use, I'm so happy with all of my clean plates. It's just, it's kind of,
Cleaned and conditioned.
yeah, cleaned and conditioned. I missed a little, but that's on the bottom side, so no worries. All right, let's go with something a little bit more traditional here. Let's go with this red.
Rhonda says your roller off sheet is looking quite like grungy goodness.
Isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what, I've been getting some good ones here lately. That one print that of the tree that's kind of on that metallic background.
Hey,
that's a prayer off.
The what?
The one print that was on
Oh.
the Christmas card. Just the one tree.
The one tree that you really like, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, this has still got some ooky stuff on it. Maybe it'll... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'll be nice as if you get some stuff off the stencil, too.
Well, at this point, I could be getting some stuff off the stencil.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know whether to... I'm going to tissue paper it.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm going to use a piece of paper. I'll use this. This is the copy paper. And you get different results because the copy paper is a little stiffer than your...
No worries, Diane.
So it's not going to get down in the crevices, but for this particular technique, we kind of like that.
Maxine, do you want us to make a set or just be able to purchase the lights? We can do that.
Look at that wonderfulness down
Hey,
there.
Daddy.
I'm really glad I pulled that with
Yeah,
that.
that was good.
Now I can come back with another color, or I can hand it to Mariah and she can spray this where the paper is, and that will be some wonderful stuff. Okay, now let's go with
Julie's recommending gold. Oh, the copper might be nice too.
I was just thinking the copper because I've already got the red going on here.
So, Diane, you were saying sorry about the typing mistake. One too many splat of gessos on the keyboard. Mine is that my keyboard downstairs, there are little pieces of Yupo that have gotten into it, and so certain keys will stick, and I'm like, oh my god. And so I have to go over there and just give it a good whack. And Brad's like, oh my god, what are you doing? I'm like, clogged up with the Yupo.
We have Yupo everywhere in this house.
Everywhere. It's everywhere. It's just,
and it's so funny.
It's in the cars because it sticks to you. It's just everywhere. It's funny. And then Anne said, murder scene. We believe the victim was strangled by lights.
Or wanted to commit suicide by lights as they were trying to untangle them.
Well, or it was just, you know, kind of what is it? What's the Christmas?
Well, this is lights that have been in the attic too long. That kind of
a little crusty.
A little crusty and a little bit. Okay, now we're getting some good things going on here. You can turn it over and start seeing. Okay, so I think we need some green. Not because it's Christmas, but because it's going to tarnish it out a little bit. But we're not going to use Christmassy, poopy Christmassy green. We're going to use this wonderful Lucas Krill. I'll tell you what, I really, Mariah bought this and I was like, are you kidding me? That is a horrible color. I will never use that.
Yeah.
Why did you get that?
I could probably tell you the stream where she even talked some crap about it.
I love it because it's a tarnish color. It's a wonderful, wonderful color.
Ooh. Sherry's mom was a seamstress and she was always stepping on pens when she was growing up. Yeah, Yupo's it can be stickery, but not quite like that.
No.
The baby always has some stuck to her too. It's Miriam, what color is the Lucas Krill? I think it's called Arctic.
Well, I guess we're going to be pulling that.
Sugar.
And this is what happens when your stencil is getting... But, now this is where we're going to... Isn't this is beautiful and delicate. You know, it looks like, I don't know, maybe the wind blew all of the lights off your house and tumbled them down the road. And then it snowed. Yeah, okay, I'm leaving this as is. As is.
Acme says, we told her that she had to wear something besides the lights, but nevertheless, she persisted. Then Lynn says, Grandma got strung up by the Christmas lights last Christmas Eve. Now she's the centerpiece in our light display.
Well, you know. Alright, I'm going to put this down and see if I can... So I thought
and hello, Judy. Sorry, I missed it. Judy Fox came in, and then... Oh, Wonder Bar, yes. Okay, yes. And I will, I'll try to get that up today, Maxine. Just the lights as an option.
Let's try white and,
I tried to tell Brad what
white,
would be
but...
cool is having this and like 3 little light bulbs. Bigger ones, kind of like we did with the bells.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he poo-pooed on that, but...
I want light bulbs. Old-fashioned kind.
Oh, do you?
With the little bumpy thing. And the kind of ellipsoidal bottom part. But they need to be kind of on a hookup. Kind of like the bells.
A hookup?
Yeah, they have to be attached to something.
Oh, you want them
I want
like
them
string lights.
I want them plugged in.
You want like patio lights.
Kind of, sort of.
Really complete the ambiance on the patio.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
I like that. Not to be repeated.
Certainly not. I don't know. That might be a really good background to use.
Right now we only just have it in this size. And would you be interested in a larger I mean, we could make one. I'm not going to make it any wider, I don't think. I mean, I've talked to Brad. He actually created the lights. He worked at them for a while. So it's really up to him.
Okay, well, that's nothing to write home about, but when I get through here, I'm going to bring in some magenta. Or quinacridone magenta.
I'll try to add some light bulbs. I'm still working on the
old-fashioned kind. And I would really like some holly leaves.
I believe that Carrie Griffiths might be working on some holly leaves.
I do not know what you were thinking about Christmas without holly leaves.
We were thinking that we haven't even quite hit Halloween, so that like this
you
was
got
just
a little bit?
pre-Christmas, and you know, we got time.
And remember, you can glue down your tissue paper.
Diane is loving your brayer off sheet. It's amazing. And yes, let's see, that would be good. And larger stringed lights. Okay. And berries, please. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to turn this over, and I got to be careful because it falls off. Oh, look.
Yeah, because that's the. It's
This
not
is
on a.
I can't turn it over because it's stupid.
Yeah.
This is flimsy stuff. Flimsy stuff doesn't work so well. Okay, what have I not? How about some yellow? We haven't used yellow today. What yellow? What yellow? I really want clear yellow. Here we go.
Oh, wonderful.
Benzimidazolone.
The benzy yellow.
The benzy yellow.
Okay, there you heard it from Mr. Griffiths. Carrie the crafter.
He's making holly leaves?
He is 4 days out on completion of the hollies and berries and holly. Yeah. So
Excellent.
there you go.
Wow.
Yes, and good night. Get some sleep. I know it's late. Ooh, I love this.
What's nice about making these a little bit bigger is that you have cropping abilities then.
Mm-hmm.
You can, you know, when you're doing it on the little cards, it has to all be good because
Right.
obviously you can't cut it. Now I did slice off tiny little pieces on some of those. Oh, this is just wonderful.
Oh, look at that. See, and that doesn't even really necessarily say, like, lights. It just is really cool, staticky. That's
Lots
fun.
of movement there. Lots of movement there. All right, well, this is, I think, getting to be very, very interesting now. What do we want here? Well, we can use a little.
Oh, you gotta post that, Diane. She's
What
still
is it?
playing with leftover pieces from the stencils, odd shapes. Yeah, one print looks like a blimp flying over a cityscape.
Look at that. Weird. I don't know why that happened.
Oh, Len says the brayer off sheet reminds her of an old fence. Like, you know, it's a great background for cards. Like the paint's peeling off of it. You know, it's been painted a million times.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she hasn't. You need to... Do you have one of your bigger plates open?
Yeah.
You should try the shadow technique.
Well, the problem is, it really works best if my stencil's not wet. You know, it helps if the stencil's kind of semi-dry when you start. And this one's not. It's got a lot of sticky paint on it.
Next time. That is true, because it doesn't...
It doesn't grab
Yeah.
and move. Well, this is unfortunate, but this is underwater.
Drop the lights in the lake.
Yep. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
You think it's done?
I think, yeah, don't.
Okay, well, we're going to let that dry. And then we can pull that with a very light neutral color. Let's see if we're ready to. All right, what are we thinking here? I'm thinking, I'm not even going to ask y'all. I'm just going to do it. Ice blue.
Ooh. Yes. Because it's going to pump up that blue a little bit. But the nice thing about this ice blue is that it's not so, like, crazy just...
That's way more than I needed.
That was a lot.
I can add it over here to my... Well, I mean, this sucker is... And I've managed to get both sides completely coated. Now it doesn't have a
good or a bad side.
A good or a bad side. It's got bad sides.
Bad side.
Bad sides.
It's all sticky.
That's it.
Oh, yes, and Judy just popped in the link to the information about the header over there in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group for those of you that want to be entered or have the opportunity for us to pick your artwork for the header of the group. Lynn, are you saying gold, gold, gold for the one that she's letting dry, or was it for this one? See that ice blue? It's ice, right?
Ice. I love that.
It's almost goldish at times.
It is. All right, I should have. Okay, well, we know this went on early, so I think we can pull this.
Which one is this? Oh. Now that's a stunner. Mm-hmm. Well done.
I would have. I think I needed less. The background needed to be more transparent. Had too much paint on there. Dadgummit.
I don't mind that.
And look,
like
I still have the impression there. And if I could find Fran's stencil, I don't think I can though.
it is the folk art, and Sonia, you can get it at Walmart. Don't buy it from Amazon. It's way too expensive.
Yes, because it's very expensive there, and I don't know what I did with Fran's stencil.
Well, it was there, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Could be stuck to the back of something.
could be stuck to the back of something. All right, let's orient this way.
Yeah, it's a tall tree.
It's a fall tree.
Tall tree.
Fall tree?
Tall.
Tall.
Mm-hmm.
Fall, tall, fall.
Y'all.
Y'all.
Did you get that?
Very nice sticky plate, so I'm happy about that.
Brand new stencil.
Brand new stencil. On there wrong.
Julie Parker mixed up her own ice blue.
Yes, I saw some people's ice blue.
I think that was Julie. And I think Darcy had to mix up the green because she didn't have a olive green.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I'm just winging it. I haven't used that color lately. I've still got a little bit of left on here, and I really do want to, but that's all right. We'll make this work.
Are you all done with your collab piece? I don't know if I got your... trying to remember whose string, or who's, well, that's pretty cool.
It
Whose
is, isn't
collabs
it?
I've gotten and whose I haven't. I'm just got tired head at this point in time.
I don't know if I should be pulling her by her little trunk.
Yeah, the trees are best to be pulled from the top of the tree down.
Okay.
Oh, Diane treated herself to a 7-inch brayer and a small one.
Oh, I'm telling you, you will not be sad about that. Okay, that's going to be a lovely silhouette tree.
Yes.
And isn't that a gorgeous, look at that. And then she put that someplace to dry where it's not going to be sticking to anything. And I've got my brayer over there. Okay, I think this is time to retire this. Look at this.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be nice.
Okay, so Julie mixed titanium white and cobalt blue for plain, and then to iridescent it, she used iridescent medium and cobalt blue to kind of make an iced blue.
Oh,
Very nice.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfectly good sense. Perfectly good sense.
Perfectly good sense. What you doing there? Oh, can you pull it or
I think so.
thing?
Yeah. I wouldn't think about it if I were worried about my plate, but
I love that one.
let's try some more of that. I really like that.
Yeah, do that again.
See if I can, you know, really seriously, I have no idea how I did that.
Why don't you do it with the funky leaf?
Oh, well, yeah.
Because I don't think you need to be using your lights again, because you're just going to start getting chunks off of there.
I am going to get chunks off there. Let's just make this like a, and see, it's going to stick.
This is Rhonda's funky leaf. It comes in a trio.
Yeah, it's just at that point where it's going to start pulling off, and you never know what it's actually going to do. It might be good, and it might not be so good.
Bye, Julie.
All right, so what did we start with? We started with the plain in the background, and then we came in with some, I think these were all high flows.
I don't know.
I don't either. I know we had blue and red separately.
Yes.
Let's start off with our blue. I really like this blue.
Yes, I put that on your top 5 list.
This is
In fact, let me hashtag that. I think one of the top 5.
this is really, you don't want to be without this. It's semi-transparent, and it can almost become transparent when you really start mixing it with I don't know, something else. Wow, where'd that come from?
I don't know if I used the right hashtag. It's helpful if
I'm
I
getting
remember
all
the
of
right
my
one.
paints down here on this thing, and that's not a good thing to do. But with this technique of leaving your stencil down for multiple pulls, well, we ended up with a really nice dark froggy.
Yeah, you did.
Happy with that one, all right?
Eh,
Hey, it might be a good Christmas.
it's aquatic.
You know, I can flex some gold on there.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know. I don't hate it. Okay, now we need red, crimson, or the magenta.
Yeah.
Remember, we're working it down in its little crevasses. Crevasses. And it's doing weird things here because that's what high flow does. Oh, I'm loving that. You cannot predict what it's going to do. And sometimes I really love that.
There we go. Thanks, Candy.
What did she do?
Oh, I was struggling on that. Woo! I couldn't remember the command to tell Nightbot to put in the link to the top 5s. It's with an S because there's multiple. That's fancy. I like it.
All right, we need a little shimmer and shine here.
Diane said the ladies at the art store start rubbing their hands together in glee when they see her coming.
Ooh, I think that's interesting.
I kind of wish we had like a fun art store around here. Although that would be dangerous.
It would.
Probably best that we don't have one close.
You know, that
And
was one
Michael's
of the
doesn't count.
reasons that I liked the Ben Franklin store.
They were very sweet in there. That's beautiful. Just those little hints of brighter colors.
And see, all of those are building up in the little crevices of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I think it's time to go with another different blue that has a little bit more body to it, but is still it is still in the realm of turquoise, the manganese blue hue. Boy, I'm getting kind of low on that. Note the manganese blue hue.
You need
Don't get me open.
You should just start making a list, but it'll be a little while before you get more paints. I told you that. We're saving, remember? She doesn't like this saving business. She was getting really spoiled with the whole, can I have some paint? And I would be like, sure.
Hey, but that's basically what, I'm working for wage-wise here.
Yeah.
Paint.
I know, but sometimes you got to reinvest in the company.
You are when you're buying me paint. All these people are watching, going,
What do
I'm
you
really
got?
tired of reusing the same colors all the time. Could we get something else in there? All right, now you see the difference between the high flow and the heavy body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big difference.
You get the smushy gushy stuff here. You get more of a coverage here, but you do get, just because my brayer is, I haven't been brayering off very religiously, and you can see it's got a bit of a texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's go back to our, oh, I know what we need to use. And I am really getting low on this, and I don't want to, oh, that might be nice. I always like that, a little bit of iridescent copper.
Oh, that.
That'll go down into the cracks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But the one that I was talking about is we tried to order it, and they didn't have any more of it.
Of what?
It's the, oh, I don't know where it is right now. Here it is. Quinacridone burnt orange.
It's funny, certain colors at times are trickier to find. Like, you gotta sort of shop around. Some of the best places to check are Blick. Obviously, they usually have things on, usually have acrylic paints on sale. Jerry's Artorama, Cheap Joe's. I was loving Jackson's, but then their shipping went bananas. And so it just was like, it makes no sense. Like,
Have you checked back with them to see if that perhaps
worked itself out, or they figured out that
maybe it was a
they need
glitch?
No, because I think,
See, some of the stuff is coming off from the,
yeah, I love that.
I think that's very interesting. And now we're starting to see some interesting things happen in the little crevasses. Let me show you for just, but I think we still need to do some more.
Yeah, you kind of need one more
Okay,
smushy one.
We need something that's going to really make that pop. And I'm really leaning towards, I want a dark.
Yeah.
I can do purple,
Bye, Trish.
or I can do,
Well, you got 6
Perhaps.
minutes to do whatever you need to do. You worked on your little plates a lot here lately.
yeah,
Haven't done.
let's do a dark blue.
Where are your big plates? Where do you got?
They're over there.
Just hanging
They're
out.
all pristine.
Mm.
I like the little plates. Well, if I'm
Bye,
making,
Niecy.
if I'm making cards,
Yeah, that's true.
this is really, I mean, because that's about as big as I need to go. By the time I get this matted with the paper,
Yeah.
I won't have a piece of paper to put it on to make it into a card.
You love this blue. I don't love this blue.
All right, now when I pull this, I'm going to go lightly.
Acme, this one was designed by Rhonda, who's Griffinshale Manor. Here in the chat. She designed these. And she posted it in Makers, and I kind of swooped in and said, hey, I really like that. You want to sell it?
And then we're getting holly leaves from
Carrie. We've got a lot of other people working on things. I'm just not rolling that out quite yet. I got to get everybody set up.
All right, I'm just going to try to get a little bit out here, and I'm kind of letting that just dry a little bit because it will. It's not an open
Yes.
paint.
We also have a bunch of things coming up in November as far as like other channels using our stencils and things, so that's going to be fun. It's always cool to have new arty people using our stuff because everybody uses them a little differently.
But that's a nice. I like this blue. Mariah doesn't like this blue, but I like this blue.
Thanks, Darcy.
What?
She says we're competing with the peoples. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, this is such a cool design. And then there's a little strip that is available too. You can either buy like just the 3 set, there's the strip, or then you can buy them all together. I'll put the link in there. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
All right, now we're starting to get into my color range that I love. But you notice I did use some yellow today. I used some pink. I used a light blue.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Now that's some business right there, P.
It is. But you just wait till you see this next part. Of course, we'll have to wait for it to dry.
Yeah.
But can you see those little bits of copper around the edges in there? Just very subtly. And then if I pull this with, say,
Gold.
lime green,
That'll pump that up too.
maybe a lavender. I haven't used that in a long time. But so, I think it needs to be a lighter color so that it can really... All right, let's see what else we have over here that has rendered or ripened, as the case may be.
Oh, you think that we should put some, you know, there for a while we were kind of putting some little videos with some of the products in the shop, but then
Can you see the copper?
Oh, yes. Deb says that we should put the pictures of the prints that you did with the leaf
Oh.
in with the, you know, as examples. And sometimes, like, we have more of that over on, like, the Etsy shop. But just know that on the Etsy shop you pay more.
Yeah.
Because they take more fees and things.
And I don't do these. This comes in a 3 set, and I've lost the
little one.
The little one.
And those of you that have been ordering here recently, and if you really want it, you need to let me know in the special instructions. I have the little, you know, the giveaway stencil that I do. I have a leaf and I have an eye. If you want one specifically, let me know.
Patina on that leaf. I'm just almost.
Yeah,
isn't that beautiful?
they get good.
Yeah. Just have to go on this. I love this color. See that? I would love to be able to do that.
All the time?
All the time.
You want to bottle that?
I want to bottle that, and I don't know. You know, it's one of those things that it happens. And it usually happens when I'm doing this kind of stuff.
All right. Well, let's
What are we doing?
think upon that. It's 5 o'clock.
Ah.
It's time to head out. For those of you that have popped in here towards the end, I am sorry we are at the end. Do come back, watch the replay, leave comments in the comment section below. That can be done during the replay. Here we are at the very end, so sorry chat will no longer be available to chat in, but please, you can read it, hang out with us, do all of that same business. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, the subscribey business. If you want to come and hang out with us during, you know, the off time of streaming, that is over in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. That's where many of the lovely folks that you see here are already friends in chat. They are also members over there, and you get to see the awesome work that they create, along with participating in the swaps, the header, you know, banner things, the, what else do we do over there? We do our collabs, and all kinds of things happen over in Makers. But until then, or until let's see, today's Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday? Yeah.
Today is Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday. We will see you back here on Thursday, 3 p.m., same time. And then we are back again on Sundays as well. Bye, guys.
Bye.